Hello and welcome to another StarCraft 2 co-op video. Today we'll be looking at another post from a Chinese forum about the upcoming mutation.
These three mutators are not difficult for the majority of the later commanders. Also, these mutators don't have much synergy. VP itself is not that difficult. It's easy, but some of the mutators are just annoying, so the overall difficulty is easy. Among these, the logic of power overwhelming is based on an algorithm and randomly chooses a victim among the player's units. Then it randomly uses an ability in a specific range. And then finally it chooses one of Amon's units to perform the ability based on the position of the victim and the randomly selected ability range. However, the ability itself is directly casted by the program, so long range doesn't matter. Therefore, you probably shouldn't use Infiltration Specialist in the face of power overwhelming. The biggest problem will probably be bad luck. For example, you are hit with a fatal ability right in front of an attack wave, or you get black holed or fungled in the lava and die. Second, whoever takes the right natural will get screwed. That's because various dropships and air units will pass by, using power overwhelming abilities to kill the workers, not to mention the attack waves that normally go up the right ramp. The week after is sheer chaos. It's considered a difficult mutation. Currently, I've only soloed it with Stukov P3 against Siege of Storms. Stukov P3 is a direct counter to Siege of Storms, so it was very easy. It doesn't have any universal applicability. The brutal part about this is the speedy infested and the random enemies that keep coming, so you can't rely on your map knowledge and timings. These uncertainties are really hectic for a 30-something-year-old person like me. Aside from Stukov P3, I looked at runs for other commanders. I think my brain is only probably capable of copying a one-base lone wolf. And maybe Abathur, who spawn camps the hybrids with toxic nests and uses swarm hosts to defend multiple fronts. The others require so much switching between screens that my brain refuses to cooperate. That's reality. Yeah.
Environmental and vision mutators are more dangerous on VP. This week's has neither of these, so it can be considered relatively easy. The mutators have a bit of synergy. In particular, they make Amon's focus firing and control capabilities more powerful, so you will suffer more damage when attacking encampments. Long range plus photon overload. Have to be careful not to let your AoE scratch a large number of buildings. Photon overload itself has a long range and hurts a lot. Add long range on top of that and the focus firing capability is even stronger. If you happen to get trapped by power overwhelming, your brittle units will have to regroup in an instant. Long range plus power overwhelming. Your units will get hit by their abilities before you even get close. Therefore, commanders with a lot of army units won't find this easy aside from Stukov P3. Commanders who can cheese the map, commanders with buff armies, and hero solo commanders will find this mutation easy. Also, because Amon's focus firing is strong this week, you best mass up a decent amount, wait for your abilities to be off cooldown, then attack. Don't just rush in.
Enemy units' normal ability usage logic is: the unit regularly checks to see whether there are any targets within its range that meet certain requirements. If it is yes, the AI will give that unit a command to use the ability, and then the unit will be affected by vision and other effects, which could result in it not being able to use the ability. This and players giving units commands, but the command cannot be performed, are separate things and use separate logic. Power Overwhelming's logic is similar to Lava Burst and Going Nuclear, where they just suddenly appear. Power Overwhelming triggers when Amon's energy bar meets certain conditions, and then a few of the player's units are selected every second to be potential targets. If Black Hole is randomly selected, and Black Hole's trigger range is 9 spaces, then these 9 spaces won't be affected by anything else. Lastly, PO will search for one of Amon's units within 9 spaces of that unit, and checks whether that unit has a blue bar. Once an eligible unit is found, it will produce that PO spell's effect. If one is not found, it will skip this and try again 1 second later. Among the later commanders, only Han and Horner and Alarak rely on big armies. The other ones don't need big armies or have methods to avoid having their units enter dangerous areas.
And that's it for this post. What advice do you have for this mutation? Comment it down below and I'll see you next time.